What's going on, everyone? So the Sacramento Kings are back, baby, right? 6-game win streak went from bottom of the barrel basement team to boom, keeping De'Aaron Fox, and now they're, whole again. Look, in all seriousness, Sacramento, look, hey, to their credit, they have been playing very good basketball lately. They are tied currently with the Cleveland Cavaliers for the best record in the last 6-game stretch. The Cleveland Cavaliers, no one can beat, apparently. They're greatest basketball team of all time. Sacramento, look, I still don't buy in. I think that they're on a nice stretch. They're winning some games. You got to give them credit, got to give them kudos. Hey, they just beat Boston, so it hasn't been just like bad. Like, oh, they've just beaten these like terrible teams. Stuff. No, they've been playing really good basketball lately. They've been, kind of digging deep. Kind of struggled after the Mike Brown firing immediately, but then kind of figured it out, picked it up, and have been again playing much better basketball. I still don't buy them as a contender. Could they be a play-in team, maybe squeeze into the 6th seed? Possibly, but they're still not beating anybody. They're not a contender. They're not winning a championship. They're not getting beyond the second round or anything, at least in my opinion, right? And I've been pretty spot on with Sacramento. I've been out of like all the teams that I've talked about, Sacramento's probably the one team the last 3 years that I have been like scary accurate for. I just don't buy them. I think that they're just riding this hype. I think they're going to hit that wall again, and they're going to go on another like losing streak, and then they might teeter. Like, they're a good team. They have talent, right? But they're not a team that, like, does anyone all of a sudden think that this is the Renaissance? Like, that's it. The Sacramento Kings, they're back, baby. I just don't buy it. But kind of go over what this team has been doing. Like I said, they are 6-0 in their last 6 games. Same thing as the Cleveland Cavaliers, personally. Now, as far as points go, they are right now tied for second with the Denver Nuggets during this 6-game stretch at 121.2, which is, again, very good. Lighting it up, playing some defense, putting the ball in the hoop. As far as defensive rating goes, they're actually number 1 during this stretch at 104.8 defensive rating. So they're scoring a bunch of points, second in offense, first in defense, and that's it, baby. They're a title contender. Let's go. But in all seriousness, again, I think it's just a stretch, right? We've had 30 games as a sample size to show that they're not a very good basketball team. They're on a really solid 6-game stretch, to their credit. That's great to see. But that doesn't mean that they're the cat's meow again. It doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden one of the best teams in the league, right? I'm a Laker fan, right? Laker guy here, okay? I'll admit it, right? But the Lakers, 2 weeks ago at this point now, were in the same boat. On a win streak, won like 8 out of 10, something like that, right? Like, one of the best offense teams, one of the best defense teams, and then I've lost 2 straight against a Dallas Mavericks team that, has no Luka, no Kyrie, right, and just is not showing up and been just bad, right? They went back to doing Laker things, right? Well, guess what the Sacramento Kings I expect to do? Because I don't think Sacramento's better than the Lakers, personally, and based on records, it's been the same thing. They've lost 4 straight times to the Lakers. They got literally swept by the Lakers, right? And look, you can't be like, oh, well, it's because they fired their coach and it's a renaissance, right? Like, no, guess what? They fired their coach and played the Lakers. The Lakers still smacked them. So, again, it has nothing to do with that. My point is I don't, even as a Laker fan, don't buy the Lakers as a contender. I think that they're going to make some trades. I think they're going to make some moves. Maybe things change, right? But as it stands, no pun intended, I don't think the Lakers are a true championship contender. I don't think they are a bona fide title contender. No way Sacramento is. I just don't buy it, right? Again, they have good offensive pieces. They have good offensive weapons. Right? They're picking it up. They're looking good right now. I think it's just a phase. I think they play Chicago later today. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose to Chicago on the road, and that's now the beginning of the end for them once again. And we're having a whole new conversation. But, of course, right, NBA is a roller coaster. I mean, even bad teams go on win streaks. I mean, the Wizards were on like a 3-game win streak, right? Like it happens. Teams go out win streaks. Things happen, right? Teams have good stretches. Teams have bad stretches, right? Even the best of them, right? Like the Boston Celtics have not looked great this year. But does anyone think that they're terrible now? No. Like we're all like, they're probably going to win the championship again, right? Like as painful as it is. And, I don't think that, like I don't look at Sacramento and think title contender. They're too small, right? A lot of the things that they are good at, transition, fast break, running up the point total, all that's going to slow down in the playoffs, which is why they had their problem. Last time we got in the playoffs, it like changed the way they play entirely. Their style of play just, I don't think fits. They don't have those grind it out guys to kind of weather in the bad moments. They don't have those 3-and-D pieces. And I don't see a way to fix it. I don't see a path where all of a sudden they're going to be able to pull a trade off for 3-4 guys and get 3 or 4 wins. And now they've revamped this roster and this team. I don't see it. I still think De'Aaron Fox is leaving in the offseason. I've always maintained I don't believe De'Aaron Fox leaves this season. I think he'll give this Kings the benefit of the doubt this year. I think he'll give them the opportunity this year to kind of try to, figure it out, right the ship a little bit, see what kind of trades and what moves they can make. But I still think ultimately, when push comes to shove, I think we're going to wake up one day in, 4 or 5 months, and all of a sudden you're going to hear, De'Aaron Fox has requested a trade, and everyone's going to go, oh, yep, okay, there it is. I don't see a path where Sacramento is now all of a sudden a good basketball team. They've got some notable wins. Don't get me wrong. I like what we've seen from them during the stretch. Like I said, they've been the top offense, top defense team, 6-game stretch. Right? It's an incredibly small sample size. I'm not going to look at a 30-game sample size and go, you know what? All of that didn't matter. All that matters is just this 6-game sample size. Now look, if Sacramento proves me wrong, then they prove me wrong. And I'll be the first one to come on and be like, hey, you know what? I was wrong about Sacramento. They are really good, right? Like, I just don't think that that's going to happen, right? I think that we're going to see them ride this streak. Maybe they win another game or two, but I think eventually it's going to hit. Reality is going to set in. The law of averages are going to take its toll. And all of a sudden you're going to look up and Sacramento's on a 3-4 game losing streak again. And everyone's going to be like, okay, so they are bad. Right, like DeMar DeRozan didn't all of a sudden fit, right? Like their lack of size and defense didn't just magically disappear, right? They didn't just become this elite 2-way team overnight. Teams have stretches like this. Like I mentioned, my Laker team has had 2 stretches where they've been the top offensive defensive team. They had a 6-game win streak. And again, I don't think that the Lakers are a bona fide contender. I have a Laker channel. And on that Laker channel, I say regularly that I do not believe that the Lakers are a bona fide contender. Do they have a puncher's chance? Sure, they got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I don't think that there's any juggernaut in the NBA. So could Sacramento get into the playoffs and maybe surprise somebody? Sure, if they get hot enough, right? Or they get the right matchup. Sure, it's possible. I just don't buy it. Like, are they beating OKC? No. Are they beating Dallas? No. They don't even think they beat the Lakers in a 7-game series, right? Like, and it's not because the Lakers just swept them. I just think the Lakers are better than them, and that was before Dorian Finney-Smith and all this stuff. I think Sacramento. I don't think that that's what this is, right? Just like I've said, I think the Lakers are a good team, not a great team. I think the Lakers are a playoff team, right? I think they probably get the first, second round, but. Unless some trades, again, they get another guy or two, things could really change here. But Sacramento, again, I think Sacramento right now is a play-in team at best. I don't think that they're going to magically be a playoff team. I just don't. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll see. But I think that they are a play-in team. I think they need at least 3, maybe 4 guys to really kind of get to where they need to be. But like higher end guys. Like they needed to be players. If they would have gotten OG and Bridges instead of the Knicks, then the Sacramento Kings would have been I think, a better version of the Knicks, right? Like, because one, Fox and Sabonis would have given you better chemistry. Also, Fox is better defensively, right? Like, now, whoever you want to say is better between the two, like Fox is better defensively, so you'd be better defensively. But I just look at the situation. I just think that, they're on a good run. I think Sacramento made all the wrong moves. I still think that they're losing De'Aaron Fox in the offseason. Call me crazy. Again, I could end up completely wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm sure I'll be wrong again at some point in my life, but pretty sure I'm going to be right about this. I think Sacramento, best case scenario, they make the play-in, they win their playing games, they get into the playoffs, and then they lose to Memphis, OKC, or Denver or somebody like that. That's what I see. But anyways, always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Disagree with my points? Get mixed in the middle? However you feel. Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.